Boom! Wake up, everybody! It's Monday afternoon. God, if you're not awake by now, well, I guess, you're screwed. Can't be any worse than me. I swear I'm barely awake. Check this out, guys. I still have my pour over making coffee. My coffee's a little low. Happy Monday. Let's celebrate our Monday of music here on Music Mondays. This is a show where I tell you what's new in making iOS music and then do some of it. What's new with me? What's new with our community? What's new with apps? Right on. Sweet. And let's see, I haven't set up my show for tomorrow yet, but the Wednesday and Friday shows will be as usual. We have a kitty. She wants to eat treats. I'm going to use a thing. So Thomas is dropping some links for y'all. I don't want to go out of my way to promote myself, but right over here you can connect with me right over there, and that using that sweet QR code, you just frame that in your phone and it'll take you to the wonderful world of me, where I do have to put my Patreon in. And by the way, thank you to my very newest patron, and that is the real Justine Kasprick. And I believe let's hop over here and let me change my banner. Let's change. So my banner, edit. I could edit my banner. Leela Love patron members: Thomas Christ, Gary Hudson, Jade Starr. Leela Luxury members: Kim Harden Hudson, Doug Kidder, Justine Kasprick, and Hugh Caldwell. Yay! Yes! Now I can save it, show it. There we go. Woohoo! Now that's some business. Hey, Heathen Granny's here. Yes. Give the pie just a tiny bit more treats. Thank you, by the way. Thank you, all of my patrons. You are the best. You are what makes my world go around. And don't forget, if you guys jump onto Duolingo and you are in my upper tiers, I have 4 spaces left on my family plan, and you can learn language. And I'm learning Ukrainian, Spanish, and music theory. Yikes. Sweet. All right, let's bring in You're getting some static. Anyone else? Say hello real quick to the people in the front row. Jim Shannon on sounds, otherwise known as Jimmy Jazz. Thomas Christ, the Legend of Lynx, the Magical Mod. The real Justine Kasprick. Yay! My newest patron. And by the way, Justine is doing a talk show now on Sundays. And there isn't a lot going on Sundays, so you should check it out. We got Heathen Granny right here. Just quickly, there's my patron. There's my link tree. There's my join link, and there's the super chat and super sticker advertisements. She does have the best treats. All right, okay, so it looks cool. So reboot your browser if you're having a crackly problem. Sweet. All right, I am going to, Edmonton is the Ukrainian capital of Canada. Ooh, wow, that's awesome. Ooh, kitty, pretty kitty. She's so pretty. All right, let's get in here. I've got my one piece of Halloween on for today. My skeleton hands. Reaching. All right, I am going to hop us into our... Oh, here we go. I'm going to hop us into our small thing. Hang on a second. I'm too high in the picture. There we go. The pie looked like she was floating somewhere. Right. All right, here we go. Ilya is the star. Pie and I are in our corner. Very sweet. Nice times. All right, first things first. Let's look at App Raven. Oops, App Raven. App Raven will tell us what new apps have come out this week. You have to scroll, and this is, I use it for free, so we don't have to worry about the whole unlocking and everything. Here it is, new releases. So you pop it into see all, and then let's see if we got this. There it is. Then category, tap the category and scroll down to music. And then you will have, we're going to look for 1 week. So here it looks like we've got a music equalizer. I don't think that that is a, nope, that's not an AV3. That's not something we can use to make Windows Amp, the old school MP3 music player. Those are fun, but this is not a music making app. Lifestyle metronome for $1.49. Feel rhythm through haptics. This is just a metronome. I don't know that we need that. AU delay. So AU actually means gold, right? That's a Winamp clone. Absolutely. Oh man, this is making a big mess. I'll use my, look, I've got cloth paper towels. I've got cloth towels. It's almost like we're going backwards again. Right on. So AU actually means gold. It's the symbol for gold in the periodic table. So it's made on the golden ratio. And that's pretty cool. It looks simple on the outside, but there's a lot going on inside. The golden ratio is used extensively in the DSP code for AU delay, which results in a versatile delay effect that can also sound very unconventional. At its core, AU delay is a trio of stereo delay lines with variable modulation, panning, and lo-fi texture. Shorter delay times can produce an echo effect reminiscent of vintage oil can units, but with a maximum base delay time of 16 seconds. Cosmic ambient soundscape delay effects is where AU delay really shines. It takes its name from the chemical element symbol AU for gold, and it just happens to be an AU audio unit too. It's not well suited to tempo sync and rhythmic type delays, so check out poly delay if that's your jam. It's similarly named, but don't be confused with AUL delay either, which is a much more basic analog flavored delay. The golden ratio, approximately equal to 1.618, is a special number that has fascinated many scholars going back to ancient Greek times. It can be found in geometry, architecture, art, and even some patterns in nature. Sweet. All right. So that's pretty fascinating, and I have that, so that'll be fun. So we're going back to the 20th. So here we've got VA Poly MK4. It's a polyphonic synthesizer. I'm guessing, yep, it's an AV3. So that's really cool. I don't have it yet, but it's a bitimbral polyphonic synthesizer featuring output morphing, classic ring modulator, and global offset parameter control. Sweet. It's so that's a real thing. Let's see, what's its price? It is $5.99. It's $5.99, so it's on sale. It can be as much as $11.99. Hey, Costa, what's up? Good to see you here. Reverse audio and singing app. This doesn't seem like it isn't an AV3, but there's probably a way to, let's see. It basically, you can reverse stuff. And you can add it to your music. It's just it's fun. And it is free. I don't know how it works. Maybe we'll just get it. Bing! Simtex Cow. My friend, what's up? All right. Back to the 20th. That's our last day that we are going to go back to. Music tag editor, I don't think we're needing to worry about that. But here, let's check out this Echo Beach hands-on sampler and sequencer by Jeremiah Klein. It appears like it's $3.99. Is that, or it's $39.99? Let's hope not. Maybe if I tap it and it'll say, yep, it's $3.99. So sample instantly, slice, ship to any DAW. Step C. It looks like it would be fun just to play. So you can send your stems and or MIDI. It sounds like it could be quite fun to play with. It is not it says coming soon, AUV3 plugin integration. Perfect. So it will be actually coming up with hey, Wesley Thundercrab. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, Scrabble Bees, right on. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Let's catch all the buzz. All right, next we're going to look at Soundbox sound packs. And I've got some of those too. Let's open up an AUM so we can show you the things that we actually have. I'll pop in. Actually, I think I may have it already. Let's look and see what we've got as far as files and sessions. Golden session. This will show us exactly what we're already going to work with this week. Yay. So I don't have all of these new ones. So first, we're just going to check them out. So Sonora Cinematic Company has Transfigured Orchestra Volume 2, and I have that. So let's load that up over here in our Transfigured Orchestra Volume 2. Morphing by Triple Spiral Audio came out this last week, and Jade's done a show on it. She also did a show on Transfigured Orchestra. Let's see. There we go. I'll pick this Seaside. Now you can see, just touching it, see how it's just playing loud? Listen to that. So this is with the AU delay. If I press this, I press the play button, and as you can see, I have used this, I've used this LFO to continue to delay out this AU delay. So the regen and the mix are changing. And it's very cool. Dell! Welcome, welcome, welcome. So this is really fun. Anyway, these Transfigured Orchestra sounds are just amazing. We'll just let that roll along for a minute. And so just see how long it waits. So $20 for Transfigured Orchestra. It's really, really, really an amazing sound pack. Then next over, we've got, let's see, Compose Audio has come out with a suspense bundle, a cinematic suspense bundle. Moondrift, only $6. Ambient soundscape instrument. And Soul Play just came out recently, and I have Soul Play. So Moondrift, I don't have that yet. We will check that out. Perhaps Jade will be doing that this week. And then Cinematic Alpha, they have put out Entropy Volume 2 for Soundbox. And that is exactly what is going to be shown right after this show on the Jade Star Magical Hour of Music. Perfection. And I don't have that. We can take a quick, let's pop out this AU delay and We'll just quickly maybe take a look at Soul Play. There it is. Just taking in. Sounds like these are like guitars. Wow, that sounds beautiful. Moonfire Fifth. Wow, that's just gorgeous. And then just incredible. Woohoo! All right. So now we're going to go to Launchpad and we're going to check out what's new in Launchpad this week. There we go. Launchpad. Uh-huh. I pressed a C there, so we'll just throw that in A minor. And we were just coming into the news. Here's our news. Night Pulse, Deep House Flow meets Smooth Funk Grooves. Take a look. Let's listen to the... Whoa, yeah, that sounds nice. All right, going back, let's check this out. We're going to go alternative dream pop. Hazy atmospheres and hypnotic grooves collide in an edgy yet dreamy pop sound. And I believe that that's all we've got for this week. This may have come out last week, but we'll just check it out anyway. Alternative dream pop. This sounds like something to send that I can use to make a thing to send to Doug. Let's just throw in some long. Ooh, Semtex Cow said he was playing with Launchpad on holiday. Sounds awesome. I'm just playing, right? So now when I press stop, the LFO stops. So you can see this is just kind of making a really long, endless delay. Wow, yeah, that's awesome. Awesome. Sweet. Let's see what else is going on this week that we need to know before we start looking into my own personal universe here. Let's look out. So this afternoon on the Community Pulse, Frank is going to feature Rob Bennett. So that's going on. We're going to see Rob Bennett's stuff there and then another this week is Jade Starr's interview, which is going to be with Frank Turzo, our very own Community Pulse man. And he's going to be back for a Creator Rewind. So this is going to be amazing because he had not started Community Pulse yet when he came on before. So this is going to be a whole new exciting thing going on. Mark your calendars. That's this Thursday. Right on. I believe we've got everything we need to do. And now let's dive into my own personal music. So we're going to come into my... I can't, that thing just doesn't stop, does it? It just keeps playing. Look at that. It's just amazing. I accidentally touched a key. Now watch. I'll hit that again. I hit the play button so that it would just, now, can you see? Look over here. See how the wet and dry mix is changing? Yeah, it's a tail like a dragon. And can then here's AU delay, and it's got things going on too. It's got its regen slowly moving, and its mix is going low to high, low to high. So you can just keep hearing things. This would be great for like plugging in a guitar. In fact, I almost like let's quickly throw on some on my guitar and see how that sounds. We'll grab Brandy. And plug her in. Plug her in, plug her in. And then we'll turn it on. And then we have to actually like clue it in here. We'll get rid of Soundbox. We'll take it and then we'll go hardware input and we go mini fuse 2. Yeah, this is a Gretsch. I just hit 1. That's 1. You could just do a solo just like that. Now I'm taking out walls. We'll just do like a chord here. That sounds so cool, you guys. Now let's just throw on randomize. I just threw randomize on. I'll just throw in one more. Let's do the same chord again. Whoa. All right, now you're going to... It's still going. All right, we could play around with that all day, but let's have you strummed the like button yet? Why, thank you, Thomas. A smorgasbord. All right, let's get into audio share, because audio share is where I keep everything that's happening here. So this is like Schwungsee's butterfly. I finally figured out this is just the sound effects that I pulled in from. Yay. Ooh, don't tell me how few people are watching, Cal. I don't want to hear that. That's why I covered up I covered up the thing. Yeah, then there's these sounds. There's like stepping sounds. These are all going into Schwungsee's butterfly. You know what I say let's do then? Why don't we pull up Logic and just open it up? Shh. To 800 with only 800 viewers. I know, the true believers. Yeah. Okay, where's Schwungsee's butterfly? It's also known as Halloween 62 A minor. So the big problem here is there's 2 problems. Let's do you guys know how to do this? So let's go to files. Right, here's files. And I'm going to show you quickly how to set up so here's your slide over. So I'm going to go slide over, and then we're going to choose, see? Now you have a place to drag your files in from. Whoa. Oh, I remember. I'm still playing that. I'm still playing that track. And I was like, what are those noises? Yikes. Now back to Logic Pro. So see, now when you sweep from the edge, see, you hold it on the edge and there's that little, when you see this little, oh, that's not it. It's right there at the edge. There's a little arrow, and that's what you flip it. You flick it with your finger, and then boom, now you have this. So we browse, audio share, and now we can get this. So let's tap that, and we want to tap it to date. That way, yep, there we go. Zhuangzi's Butterfly Illuma FX. Now drag them in. I'm just going to drag it in. Woohoo! Now, let's play this and see how it's going. Whoops, I don't hear that. We're going to have it's going to blank out for a second because I'm going to plug, or I might have to plug in and replug it, but we'll see. What was that? There we go. So they're stepping. Let's make a little to-do list too. We're going to do this more tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be Tidy Tuesday. Somewhere under here, there's a place that I want to find the place to fix it. To the sea. Now, okay, see, that sounds terrible. Okay, so between 31 and 37 is where I need to fix my vocals. Let's pull that out. Okay, now we're going to make a list. We're going to make notes. We're going to hold up a notes file. Whee, here we go. To do October 27 to 31 October. I'll just do 2025. Whoops, not 2024. Sweet. I'll just look here. I've got this extra keyboard. I've got 2 keyboards. I've got a mouse and a trackpad. I've got a speaking mic, this one. I've got a singing mic, this one. Then I've got acoustic guitar, electric guitar, more acoustic guitar, more electric guitar, acoustic and electric ukuleles, and my Korg Karma sequencing keyboard. Right. So what we need to do is fix vocals in measures 31 to 37, and then that's called Zhuangzi's Butterfly. Zhuangzi's Butterfly. Right, there we go. So that's something. I don't actually have a wireless mic. Wireless mics are good for performing out in public, but they're not that great for recording because they increase latency and other they increase noise and all of that. CQ, Chris the singer. Ooh. Damn, my coffee is gone. All right. So back, let's go back out of back to audio share. So now this has been done something with. All right, here's a. So this is something I did like 2 years ago, but I thought it might be fun to give to. This looks like it could be fun. I have no idea what this is. Then the chauffeur, that is a cover that I'm working on, a Duran Duran cover, and not with Dean from the Delicate Giants. So that's going to be cool. I'm the singer and he's the musician. So here, this is a Height Club thing, Bearded Moon. So you can hear the vocals in the background are Doug. He hasn't done any guitar or anything to this yet. This was originally a song for the Midnight Chill, and when he heard it, he was like, oh my god, I gotta do something with that. Okay, so I need to add vocals. So here's back to notes. Lyrics and vocals. And this one is called Bearded Moon. And then I'm going to put HC in parentheses because that's Height Club. That's my project with Doug Kidder. Now we're going back. All right, here's this one. 128 E minor indie noise cello. You can see that these songs don't have very interesting titles until you get far down the work. Hello, 777 Jacksbird. What's up? That's Jackie Bird, Vice President-elect Jackie Bird. This sounds cool. Yep. Welcome, dear. So this also needs, so I'm just going to add this to the list. Whoops. See, this is what happens when you use two machines. I've got a Mac and an iPad, and I accidentally use the keyboard for my Mac instead of the keyboard for my iPad. I wish you could see this. I don't have an overhead cam like Jade does, but I've got an iPad, and then its keyboard is right underneath it. And then there's a pull-out drawer, and my pull-out drawer has my mic on a little stand, and then it's got this my Arturia What do we call those things again? MIDI keyboard. Yes. All right, so we've got, let's go over. Now we got to go. Now, 128, indie noise. Right? And I think we should come up here and we should take the things we're going to do and put them, let's put the things we're going to do in bold. There we go. So my to-do items are in bold. Whoops. Fix vocals and measures 31, 37. So we'll be able to see what will be the easiest. Yeah, you use the laptop microphone on recordings, Costa says. Hey, easy herbs. Herbs. Okay, back to looking at everything. What is this? This is just like, I'm pretty sure I added this. Let's go back over to there. Here's indie noise cello right there. Let's make sure. Whoa. I get the feeling it's Soundbox that's choking on me. Yep, it is. Soundbox chokes again. So we have to remove and re-add. Okay, let's see. Do we have that flute thing? Let's take it and woo-woo. That's interesting. All right, let's where is it? There we go. Granular. There we go. Now let's see if it's in there. Sounds cool. Hey, Kubrick Lovin' 1972. Let's solo that. Let's open back. Let's try to get Soundbox back in there. Yeah, it won't go in until... No. I have to keep on, because of the way that this keeps on attacking itself, I guess. I have been taking each sound and bouncing it. I think that's important. Here we are. Let's go back to audio share. This is what we're working on. Okay, piano soundtrack 66 E minor. Let's see what this is. This is really quiet. I kind of like this though. Ooh, that's pretty. Do do do. Hey, Doug Kidder's here. Tell me if you like this. Why not? Okay, piano soundtrack 66. Needs words and stuff. Lyrics, vocals, let's go. Piano soundtrack E minor 66. And you know, I also need other things in there too. I'm probably going to need like some. So let's add a new, let's go bold. Yeah, there we go. And then we're going to go let's see, what's the word for that? Parts. Extra music parts. And then we're going to go piano soundtrack E minor 66. Perfect. All right. Bearded moon. What's a bearded moon? Here we go. Let's just ask. What is a bearded moon? Ha! A bearded moon is not a scientific term, but rather a fictional, mystical entity found in role-playing games, a design concept in art, or the name of a small business. In fantasy, it's a powerful moon-like entity with supernatural abilities, often associated with secrets and hidden truths. In art and merchandise, it refers to illustrations of a moon with a beard, or the name of a brand. So, I don't know. I love it. It says, a non-anthropomorphic figure. Unlike a traditional god, the bearded moon is not human-shaped and may not respond to worship in the same way. Not human-shaped. If not friend, why friend-shaped? It can grant abilities such as seeing past the hidden and into the heart of things. It's the name of a brand that creates handmade laser-cut wooden jewelry. See, I like it. So I just named it that. But that's pretty fun. I like that. I like it just going in and seeing what's what with that stuff, right? All right, let's get back to... So did you know that when you've got a keyboard attached to your iPad, you can do... So I'm using Alt plus Tab, and it's doing the same thing that Macs and Windows machines do, which is go from open thing to open thing with Alt Tab. That's what I'm doing. I'm Alt Tabbing it. Okay, Darkest Dreams. What's up with Darkest Dreams? Let's listen to that. This has got me with my guitar. I think it's got Doug's vocals, my guitar. That guitar is mine. It's not bad. Now there's a spot right in here. No, I like that. So this is another one. Darkest Dreams, A minor 75. Whoops. Uh-oh, I did it again. I used the wrong keyboard. All right, so here I am alt-tabbing over to my notes. And then up here we go, Darkest Dreams. I need to find, so it looks like finding lyrics and vocal melodies is my big bugaboo for this week, for this month. The crackling and the backwards talk, noir type films. Yes, that's one where you need to add bass. Yes, 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 yes. Do you want me to send the most recent copy to you? I'm going to just send you a few things, and I'll send you notes with it. All right, so actually, after we add the bass, that might be a good time to come up with. So I'm going to send this before. It is needed, so Darkest Dreams. But then we go, it needs bass. Darkest Dreams. And then DK, because that's where I'm going to send it. Sweet. Now bass, we got to take the bass. I'm all about that bass, no treble. I'm a lot of treble. Okay, Alt or Command B. They're saying that treble is the top end of a female and bass is the bottom end of a female. That's what they're saying. Kubrick lover. All right, let's see what else. Let's see how much we can get this to-do list rolling here. Primary slush, secondary slush. I may have to start. So tomorrow we're going to look at ways to organize and digitally detox so that you don't end up going nuts like constantly with too much stuff in your face. Take things out of your iPad. Just as a note, yesterday, this is just a teaser. Oops. We go settings, iPad storage. 551.92 gigs. Yesterday, I had 746 gigs. So that is almost 200 gigs I got off of my machine. And I did it by deleting and reinstalling LumaFusion after I made copies of all my projects. And that is definitely something I'm going to show you tomorrow. But let's get back to what we were doing. Far behind. That's something I need. That's I already did that. That's I can probably delete that. Is there anything else that I'm? Oh yes, this molecular jazz. This is off with. I just have to wait for. This is really cool. Just listen to this real quick. This may be, Doug has worked on this, I have worked on this, and now I've sent it to Wolfstone Studio for vocals. Sounds really cool. You can tell the guitar's a lot better when he does it than when I do. My guitar is just screaming and effects. His guitar is good playing. Could probably reclaim about 50 gigs from that iPad. Yeah, this sounds really cool. And I can't imagine Ron from Wolfstone singing over this. Woo! Wow, that's beautiful. I love it. So Darkest Dreams, Spirited Moon, Grand Theft Parsons. It looks like, oh, Breathing Desert. That's one that we have, that we're working on. Gary Hubbs, Jamie Lynn. Beautiful, beautiful people. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be the final. I might sing on it too. I don't hate the idea of not singing on it though. Yeah, see this one's going to be one of those super trippy. Okay, let's Breathing Desert. This one also needs lyrics and stuff. Man, I am such a I am so bad at getting behind on lyrics and vocals. Now we go Breathing Desert. So, it looks like the easiest thing for me to do will be to fix those vocals. So, let's set that up. Let's make sure, let's get ready. Pink Royd. Yeah, I don't like that name. What was I doing? All right, let's go back into Logic and let's open up. So this is, we need to, let's check what's in our vocal chain. There's Medusa, and then the sends go to bus 2. And let's look into our big mixing board here. And let's see what's in bus 2. Yep, it's Xvox. Perfect. So that's exactly what we're going to need. We'll shut that off because that's very confusing looking. So we're just duplicating this. And then I'm going to I'm going to open up my vocals. Let's take a look at this. It's the mini fuse. One thing that makes it less confusing is to remove your input assignment from things that already have recording in them. That way you won't get a bunch of confusion and extra noise and things. Let's see. Let's just make sure this is ready, and then I can fix it up later. And then let's get ready to go over to Jade's. So here we go. We've got mini fuse input monitoring. Hey. Na 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 na. Perfect. It's all ready. Let's close that. Whoa. Sweet. I think we're all ready to get to work later. Oh, by the way, and then let's put the last thing on here. I didn't open it, but it does need to be done. I just need to sing. Lay down vocals. Just lay down vocals. And that is in I'll Take You There, which is a cover. It's a cover / remake of a Wolfstone Studio song that I will be the lead singer on. We'll see how that works. Perfect. Can you add some scratches to Breathing Desert? I can send it to you and you can add some stuff. You can make me a thing. If that sounds cool to you, why not? All right, so we've got my to-do list ready to go. Let's come back and I'll say goodbye to you with my face. Hi, everybody. By the way, this is me with no makeup on. And I am grimy. So grimy. It's just a laugh. But it's all right. Jade Star's up next with Entropy Volume 2 by Cinematic Alpha for Soundbox, just like I was telling you earlier. So now you'll get a chance to hear those exciting sounds. Ooh, look at me. I'm half... There must be green in my hat. And tomorrow I'm going to be back with Tidy Tuesday. Tidy Tuesday is an occasional show I do every couple of months where I try to streamline things. I'm going to show you what I did to get my iPad, a bunch of my space back, and then just other ways to like reduce the distractions and make sure that you get your full attention on your exciting projects that you want to do. Loving it, guys. All right. And then, of course, I'll be back on Wednesday and Friday with my performance shows. So, all of you, hopefully you have learned something today or heard something today that will make you happier, smarter, or more efficient in the next week. And if not, well, just smile, my friends. Big love and all the peace that y'all can carry, my friends. See you over at Jay.